You know, I get the feeling that the LA Mayor Karen Bass has been missing a lot of sleep recently, and I don't think the recent spar with Trump at the press conference yesterday is doing anything to help her career, especially not after ignoring reporters at that airport terminal and just staring off with a blank face.
Fire chiefs say that they're really stretched to the limit and running out of water. What have you got to say to that?
Me, okay?
Have you no response to that? Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning?
Yo, do you guys see this? She's a security. She's moving into them. And then she said, "Stop touching me." This is the type of inauthentic, image-first behavior that these politicians engage in that we are so tired of, and they don't get it. How do you think it looks having your security protect you from innocent reporters asking questions about things you're supposed to be accountable for? And I'll tell you what, it's certainly not getting any better for Miss Karen Bass right now.
But we are going to move as fast as we can, but we want you to be safe, and we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yes, and they can.
You should let them do it, because by the time you hire contractors, it's going to be 2 years.
Trump rips into LA Mayor Karen Bass at Wildfire Briefing. You have emergency powers just like I do.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can.
There's not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
It's so dishonest for her to be saying, and they can do that, and they can, when we're hearing from residents in the area that they're being denied access to their own plots and being told that they need to wait for approval through a lengthy permitting process, while in the meantime, many of these people don't have access to stable housing because their insurance policies were canceled just before the fires.
Many insurance companies are being criticized following reports like this. We found data that State Farm Insurance canceled over 1,600 policies in Pacific Palisades last July. That was fire insurance, the number representing 70% of their coverage in the area.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours, and that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. Yeah. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked, I mean, you have a very powerful emergency power, and you can do everything within...
I signed an emergency declaration helping my corporate partners. What are you talking about? Everything's fine. President Trump tangled with Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass Friday after touring wildfire damage in America's second largest city, demanding she use her emergency powers and allow residents to return to their homes to rebuild. Trump championed resident complaints about not being allowed to access their properties to clear debris and begin reconstruction, while blaming local policies for causing the catastrophe estimated to cost $250 billion. It's not just Trump. Many longtime California residents are saying the same thing.
Instead of Gavin Newsom, for the last year and a half, campaigning for Biden, going around red states, criticizing what's happening in red states, he should have gone around the country telling Californians that we need to have a major thing to clean up the brush and also the reservoirs. He should have focused on that and not this political tap dance, and the joy that he gave when he said, California, we're going to rebuild California 2.0.
The president blamed Democrats, including those present, for causing the crisis by failing to clear parched vegetation, inadequately supplying water to the area, allowing fire hydrants to run dry, and creating a situation where many fire insurance providers pulled out of the region last year. Hey, if you like the content, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for me. It helps get the word out. I appreciate you. He made this Karen so nervous that she comes out and goes, no, people can go clear out their property, and then she gets called out by the crowd, the audience.
And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
She just completely made that up on the spot, didn't she? Her face looks like she just made that up while she was answering the question. First, it's 18 months. It's going to take 18 months to get everything done. Then, oh, we're going to move things faster. It's going to be like 6 months. And now all of a sudden, in the same briefing, she's like, oh, no, you'll be able to get back there in a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is for people to be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it.
Let people make decisions for themselves. Let people take on a level of personal responsibility for their lives, especially when they're going through something this intense. Maybe inform them, keep them informed about what's going on, but let them make their own decisions.
I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn.
And if there's a real asbestos worry, if there's a real worry about some of those materials that might not be completely burned, why are people allowed outside their lots on the street? Why is the whole area not closed off?
And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them, everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
Last night.
And that was last night.
On that.
Trump is listening to the LA constituents more than their own mayor is. Here Trump is fighting for the constituents of LA with them against their own mayor. Dude, her career is over.
When was the first time?
Yesterday.
Mr. President, we're going to be together next week, and during the interim, many of us are involved in, and Tom McClintock, who you know has been an expert on this for years.
That's right.
We are going to be putting conditions on the money that do two things: require that it be done timely and affordable, and then secondly, that we protect those who will come afterwards. As we speak, there are 6,000 acres burning in my district on the Mexican border. There will be more fires until we include in any disaster relief items which will prevent it or at least mitigate it from happening again. So you're going to see us proposing both of those.
Like water. Little things like water. You know, the party of common sense. See, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out fires. It's really quite efficient. All right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Look at these feckless politicians just eating it. Like they're reading off of a script and they know it's full of crap and they're getting called out in public on national television and they're nervous and they don't know what to do. The newly inaugurated president who took office Monday said that he will try to hasten rebuilding by waiving any federal permits and that he would pressure California officials to do the same. We're going to essentially waive all federal permits, Trump said, and then I'm going to override the Coastal Commission. I'm not going to let them get in the way with their antics. Trump said that he will be mandating the water be allowed to flow from Northern California to the Los Angeles area, referring to his frequent bobs at Governor Gavin Newsom for not doing so, though Trump didn't use his name and demanded better management of dry brush. The governor met Trump on the tarmac when he arrived in Los Angeles, but did not join Trump's subsequent meetings with residents, firefighters, and local leaders. Dude, he left the mayor to get skewered all on her own. You think he wanted that photo shoot? You think he wanted those pictures on the internet of him, the mayor, and all those distinguished individuals getting torn to shreds by Trump? I'm signing an executive order to open up the pumps and valves in the north. We want to get that water pouring down here as quickly as possible to let hundreds of millions of gallons of water flow down into Southern California, Trump said. I'll tell you who does like it. It's the fire department. I really strongly recommended this 7 years ago, and I think I'm going to just do it. You have so much water. Use it and be happy about it. Few of the Democratic officials directly challenged the commander-in-chief, with the exception of Bass and Republican Brad Sherman, who urged Trump not to withhold funds over state voting policy, which he said earlier Friday would be a condition of the aid. Meanwhile, Trump blasted Democrats, including Sherman, for the lack of fire insurance by many Los Angeles residents, saying he was not a fan of insurers, but you lost insurance companies 6 months ago because the state wouldn't give them what they needed to have. People that think like you made it so impossible, Trump told Sherman. Trump demolished the mayor in Newsom so hard, Newsom didn't even show up, and he's essentially ended the mayor's career. And I'd be surprised how much of a future career Gavin Newsom has laying ahead of him. Because 2028, all of this is going to be Oppo research gold at proving how incompetent Newsom is as a leader. Trump just declassified all the materials relating to JFK, RFK, and MLK. Right here we break down exactly why the deep state might be scared of that. There are major military movements at the southern border. We break down all the details right here.